Hi everyone, it's Amber and welcome to my YouTube channel, Amber Goodwin Art. Today I'm doing a feathery style minimal Dutch pour on an 18 by 24 inch canvas. Here is my base paint that I have mixed as a pearl cell base with satin enamel, and my colors are emerald green, followed by some iridescent blue-green, iridescent red-blue, iridescent orange, iridescent red-violet, and some light gold. And I learned this style from Pieces of Tara Artistry. I will have her channel linked down below. And she used a lighter base for her painting that she did in a video, and I decided to use the Prussian blue base instead. And I added a couple of more colors like the red blue and the light gold. So I thought those colors would go really well with this dark Prussian blue base. I really struggled with this because I've never really done one before. I've just done one when I've taken some classes, and I was revisiting this technique after like 2 or 3 years. So I did a lot of scraping when I was creating this, and it took me several weeks to get to the composition that I wanted, and it was a lot of trial and error. I realized that you shouldn't have a lot of base paint on your canvas, so less is more, because if you have too much, then you will have more of a Dutch pour effect than a feathery minimal Dutch pour. So here I am layering my colors: emerald green, followed by iridescent blue-green. There is some iridescent red-blue, some iridescent orange, followed by some iridescent red-violet, and then my light gold. And I also realized that when you're doing this, not only should you keep your dryer on low cool, but you have to keep your dryer super close to the colors that you have layered on. And I made sure I just went very smoothly in one direction and then the next. And I wasn't really happy with this blowout that I did. It looked more like a Dutch pour, and that's because I probably had a lot of base paint still on my canvas. So I went ahead and scraped this section off, and luckily I had enough base paint mixed up to where I was able to add more on and blow it out and make sure that I didn't have a lot of base paint. Well, I'm going to continue to work on this, and I will let you enjoy the rest of the process, and I will be back with the wet result of my feathery Dutch pour painting. Here is the wet result of my feathery Dutch pour painting. I'm overall happy with how it turned out. There are some areas I really like and some I wish I would have done a better job with blowing the colors out. The first two I really like. This one I felt like could have been blown out a little bit better. And then the last one I do like as well. And I like the cells. And the cells aren't too crazy, but I mean, they do give a nice feathery look. So I can't wait to do more of the style on like different colored bases. So here is another angle, and I love that top layer right there, and then that part is really cool. So yeah, there you have it, and I'll be back with the dried varnished results. Here is the dried varnished result of my feathery pearl cell Dutch pour. I used a gloss spray varnish to seal this painting, so I apologize for the glare and the reflection. Anything glossy or with a resin finish is pretty difficult to film due to the shininess. But I felt like the painting needed that for the colors to pop. And the Prussian blue base dried really dark, which all acrylic paint will dry darker than what it appears in the tube. And I do like how the iridescents really pop on this dark base. I do like the composition as well. But I do want to experiment and try this similar style with a non-pearl cell base. So I'll definitely be experimenting with my pouring medium that I use for my botanical Dutch pour. So I'll definitely be experimenting with that. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this feathery Dutch pour. And I hope y'all have a great weekend and be safe and stay classy and awfully awesome. Bye.